Right now at 8, Wisconsin Republicans introducing a 14-week abortion ban bill. The reason why and its chances of passing are coming up. Plus, Madison's slick roads. Hear why some are saying city leaders are not doing enough to clear them.
And we'll have 2 more days of bitterly cold temperatures and then some snow and freezing rain. All the full forecast coming up.
Good morning and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski. It is Saturday, January 20th. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin turns 94 today. Happy birthday to him. Let's begin by taking a look outside this morning with Jacob Montesano. Jacob, how are you doing on this Saturday morning?
I'm doing all right, as good as I can be with these temperatures.
Yeah.
It's been about a week of this, and we have only 2 more days left of the cold. But
Good.
As I mentioned at the top of the show, there's some snow and freezing rain coming. But let me talk about the cold weather first. Wind chills this morning and tomorrow morning are going to drop well below 0. Once again, could drop to as low as -25. And the actual temperatures will likely drop below 0 as well. So here's a look at the current temperatures. Right now, 0 in Madison, kind of around 0 to the east. A little bit warmer as you get closer to the lake. But the western portion of our area and you folks near La Crosse, temperatures are below 0. In some cases, in the negative double digits, -10 in Lone Rock. Now, the winds aren't too bad, but just a little bit of wind can really drop the wind chills. So here's a look at the current wind chills, and this is pretty much the feels like temperature outside. -22, -25. We're seeing very, very cold temperatures still this morning. And as I mentioned, we have 1 more morning of it after today. There's a wind chill advisory in effect now until 9 a.m., so only another hour. But then it will go into effect again at midnight tonight and last until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And this will likely be the last wind chill advisory for some time. It's not going to be nearly as cold by Monday. But we do have the alert day for snow and freezing rain. Now, we're not going to see quite as much snow as we saw with either system last week, but we're going to see a little bit of freezing rain that will really make roads slippery and produce some very treacherous travel conditions. But I'll have a full forecast on the snow and freezing rain coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We'll check back in just a bit. Now to some breaking news this morning of a fire at a multi-unit apartment building on Madison's east side. It's in the corner of McCormick and Commercial Avenues. Madison fire officials at the scene tell us 8 units have been displaced. 2 people were taken to a hospital. Their conditions are unknown. The Red Cross has been contacted to assist those displaced. And please stick with News 3 Now and Channel3000.com as we learn more from first responders. Assembly Republicans introduced a bill Friday which would call for a binding statewide referendum on whether abortion should be banned after 14 weeks of pregnancy. A public hearing on Assembly Bill 975 is set for Monday. It's believed Governor Tony Evers would veto the measure if it clears the Senate and Assembly. However, it could still rile up support amongst Republicans nationwide after Democrats turned the overturning of Roe v. Wade into big election wins across the country. Well, if you're frustrated with the conditions of Madison's roads, you're not alone. Many people are blaming city leaders like the mayor for the slippery streets. Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway is responding to some of that criticism, saying last week's storms presented, quote, unprecedented challenges. Road crews dealt with temperatures below the threshold for effective salt application, followed by snowfall, then frigid conditions, which make cleanup even more difficult. But a warm up early next week should help.
As we now move into this next week with the temperatures changing and more precipitation expected, and they're going to continue to be out there every single day, keeping our community safe.
One of the continued criticisms of the city's response is a lack of the use of salt in the city. The mayor said while salt is a commonly used de-icing method, it has some negative effects. Those include its environmental impact and water contamination, which is part of why they limit its use. The current road conditions have been tough on all drivers, including Metro bus drivers. As they tell our Braden Ross, the magic word until we get out of this cold snap is patience.
Waiting 20 minutes in this Arctic blast is not cool.
Jamal Carter would rather not take the bus, but this week he doesn't have much of a choice.
Well, last Saturday when it first started and it was cold and snowing, my car went down and I've been having to take the bus since.
The weather that claimed his car is the same that has made taking the bus this week a challenge.
With the weather, we've had a little bit of trouble we've had some slide offs, and the cold has caused us a few equipment problems here and there.
Metro Transit spokesperson Mick Roosh says they work closely with the Streets Division to keep their routes as clear as they can be.
Well, there are different stop areas that are new for us, and that didn't get plowed right away. We contacted our counterparts over there, and we had that taken care of.
And while the roads have been tough on buses, Metro Transit drivers are prepared to handle a challenge.
Our drivers are used to driving in the winter, and so they're used to just driving safely.
But they also count on other drivers and riders to help keep them on track.
Try not to board at the top of a hill because it is harder for buses to wait and board at the top of a hill. And just like with any vehicle, just, don't be pulling out quickly in front of anything. Give everyone enough time to stop.
The snow has also posed other issues too. Some riders have had to stand at stops that look more like snowbanks than sidewalks.
We've got more than 1,400 bus stops, so we do our best, but it takes a little while to get to everything.
But as the cold slows everything down, Roosh says everyone at Metro Transit is working hard to stay on time and stay safe.
We are doing our best, and we appreciate everyone's just patience with us.
As delays happen through the rest of this week, riders can track their buses using the Metro Transit app. And if your stop needs clearing, you can report that to Metro Transit on their website. And now let's take a look outside this morning at the Beltline here in Madison. Conditions seem mostly fine this morning. That is near Rimrock Road, the Alliant Energy Center area. But like we've been saying, it's those side streets which can still cause some trouble. Again, just take it easy as you head out the door this morning. Into politics news, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott is endorsing Donald Trump for president, appearing with the former president in New Hampshire Friday, where he delivered an impassioned endorsement. Trump said Scott gave his endorsement privately 2 days ago. The New Hampshire presidential primaries are this Tuesday. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette has the latest on the race.
We need Donald Trump.
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott endorsed former President Donald Trump at a rally in New Hampshire after dropping his bid for the Republican nomination late last year.
We need a president who understands the American people are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
The endorsement is a slight to Nikki Haley, the former governor of his home state. She also hit the campaign trail in New Hampshire, making a handful of stops before Tuesday's primaries. During one of them, she was asked about Trump's continued attacks against her, including mocking her name.
I'll let people decide what he means by his attacks. What we know is, look, he's clearly insecure.
Trump continued targeting Haley Friday night, his closest competitor in the state, according to polls.
You have people that put America last, and Nikki is somebody that puts America last.
Political analysts say how Haley fares on Tuesday could alter the race.
I think that if we see Donald Trump come in below 50%, then that's going to indicate that there's a lot of Republicans who are looking for someone else.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis also made a couple stops in New Hampshire, addressing Trump's win in Iowa.
You have some folks on our side who don't want to do the Trump thing again, and they checked out of the caucus.
He moves on to events in South Carolina Saturday, while Trump and Haley remain in New Hampshire. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Trump has now been endorsed by more than half of sitting Republican senators. And let's take a live look at the United States Capitol building. Yesterday, pro-life advocates and supporters braved winter weather for the annual March for Life. Marchers headed past the U.S. Capitol to the Supreme Court, where justices delivered a victory to the movement in 2022, ending federal abortion rights protections enshrined in Roe v. Wade. The issue is now playing out on the state level. Several Republican lawmakers turned out to rally after passing 2 bills this week focusing on unwanted pregnancy and pregnancy centers. House Speaker Mike Johnson of Louisiana shared a personal story with the crowd.
I am myself a product of an unplanned pregnancy. My parents, who were just teenagers at the time, chose life, and I am very profoundly grateful that they did.
Movement organizers also expect the issue to be a rallying cry for Democrats come November. President Biden's re-election campaign has openly stated support for abortion rights. Vice President Kamala Harris kicks off a fight for reproductive freedoms tour Monday here in Wisconsin. A new charge of manslaughter has been filed against actor Alec Baldwin for the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. She died during production of the movie Rust in October of 2021. Baldwin was holding the gun which shot her and was supposed to be loaded with blanks. Back in April, prosecutors in New Mexico dropped the charge. Then in October, they said additional facts came to light. Now a grand jury has found there enough evidence to indict. If convicted on the single count of involuntary manslaughter, Baldwin could face up to 1.5 years in prison. Now let's take a look at Wall Street. All three major indices closed in positive territory Friday. The S&P 500 finished at a record high for the first time in 2 years, and that mark was fueled by surging tech stocks and expectations that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates this year. Time now is 8:09. Still ahead, our Brady Mallory will report on how Packers fans are really the heart of the team. Now let's take a look outside. Jacob will have your full forecast just ahead on Weekend Mornings.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Waunakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like #1 Chef Dad cooking up a free hot breakfast for the entire family at a comfort hotel.
Mom made this.
I added the garnish. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Habitat homes are not free. They're built and bought by hardworking families just like yours. Families with jobs, dreams, and a strong determination to create a better future. With stable homes, they can invest more in their health, education, community, and beyond.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Whoa. How do they get these things to smell so good?
Hefty, hefty. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Must be magic. Hefty Ultra Strong with Fabuloso scent.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
It's a great time to have RG Heating and Air Conditioning check your home's furnace system for safety and efficiency. RG services all brands and installs quality Trane equipment to keep your home running smooth year-round. Call RG Heating and AC today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Alert day conditions are going to continue over the weekend for the bitterly cold temperatures. Wind chills during the morning hours will once again be well below zero. Actual temperatures will likely drop below zero as well. Even during the afternoon, we could continue to see wind chills below zero. And as I showed earlier, here's a look at the current temperatures right around zero for Madison, below zero for the western portion of our area. And those wind chills are in the -20s for a few locations. And this is going to continue for at least another 24 hours. At least these morning wind chills will be similar to what we're seeing right now. During the afternoon, the wind chills will likely rise up to around zero. Wind chills advisories are continuing until 9 a.m. this morning, but then it will go into effect again for midnight tonight through 9 a.m. on Sunday. So let's look at the wind chill forecast. -20s right now, kind of around zero during the day, especially the afternoon hours, but they're going to drop into the -teens and 20s, possibly even close to -30 for a few locations near the Illinois border. So tomorrow is still going to be bitterly cold, but by the afternoon it will be better, and especially by Monday morning we're actually gonna have wind chills above 0 during the morning hours, and then for Monday afternoon the wind chills pretty much won't even be a factor. It will be a lot warmer, but we do have the chance for some snow and also some freezing rain. Now, as far as accumulation goes, we're not expected to see nearly as much as we saw last week, but with the addition of freezing rain, that will really create some slippery spots on the roads and could produce some treacherous travel conditions. So here's a look at Futurecast. We're not going to see any precipitation over the weekend, but as we get into Sunday night and early Monday, we'll see some light snow and freezing rain move in, but the bulk of the precipitation will come Monday night and early Tuesday. Could start out in the form of freezing rain before transitions into snow, and we are expected to see some widespread snow, especially Tuesday morning. But as the afternoon warms up, we could see some of that snow transition back into some freezing rain to end the system before it clears out by the evening. Now, total snow accumulation will be around 1 to 4 inches for our entire area. But again, that addition of freezing rain is why we really put out the alert day, because we are going to see some very slippery road conditions at times. So although it looks like the snow will melt that's on the roads just a little bit because the temperatures will warm up, we're going to see some additional hazardous conditions on the roads. So again, we hope everyone will still take it easy as we see that precipitation. Now, as far as temperatures go, it's going to be a lot better next week. Highs will remain in the 30s really all week. Low temperatures may even be in the 30s a few nights. As we get into next weekend, it does look like we may see dry conditions and temperatures close to normal, which would be the first time we've had that in quite a while. So it looks like we are going to see calmer weather after next week, but even after the alert day, there's a few chances of snow before the week is up. But at the very least, next week, the temperatures will be a lot better.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much for that update. It's a big loss for sports journalism as mass layoffs hit Sports Illustrated Friday, leaving the magazine's future uncertain. The staff's union says the publisher of the magazine sent layoff notices to most and possibly all of its staff. This August would have marked the 70th anniversary of the magazine's debut. Sports Illustrated was also known for its annual swimsuit issue and other spin-off ventures, including Sports Illustrated Kids. A small commuter plane made an emergency landing on a Virginia highway Friday morning. The plane took off from Dulles International Airport and was headed to Pennsylvania, but landed minutes after takeoff. 7 people were aboard at the time. No one was hurt. The plane crashed into the guardrail after landing. One man who saw it happen says the impact could have been a lot worse.
Oh, it could have gone horribly, yeah. I mean, there's trees on one side of the road, and then there's power lines on the other, and he landed, 100 feet before a traffic light.
It's scary, it's sad that it happened, but luckily I'm pretty sure nobody got hurt, and that's the biggest thing, especially on a day like today where the conditions aren't even great for cars to be out here, for a plane to hit the road, it's good that everybody walked away from it.
The cause of the emergency landing is now under investigation.
Your mom is so...
Out west now to where the Green Bay Packers hope to take down the 49ers tonight. The Packers are stars, especially on the field, but you have to look up into the crowd to find what shines the brightest. Our Brady Mallory takes you to the Bay Area to show the real heart and soul of the team, the fans.
Most Packers fans know the green and gold combo is the right fashion. Others...
Here we go, gentlemen, here we go! San Francisco, here we come!
just have style.
I said, you know what? You should have been a preacher or a pimp. Voila! Packers pimping, that's it.
Here's what cheering for a team does. It brings together strangers.
Go, Pack, go!
And it makes a husband and wife even closer.
Who is the bigger Packers fan?
He says I am now. When we were first married, I did not like football. I've changed.
When we beat Dallas last week, she was the one who said, we're going to go to San Francisco. And I thought, okay.
From Wisconsin and beyond, fans of all ages traveled here.
So it's just a family thing. I'm born into all Wisconsin sports. So the Packers are like just a lifeline kind of thing.
On 2 legs and 4.
Harley, hi, oh, thank you. I love what you're wearing. Are we going to get a win tomorrow? Yeah.
to turn up.
Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go!
Green Bay is ready. Jordan Love is ready. Ahmad Green is ready. Green Bay is ready to go. Buck Wild all over the 49ers, baby. Woo!
It's true, Green Bay and the 49ers are rivals. But here, it's nothing but love. And I don't mean Jordan.
It's a special time just to be here for our team.
Win or lose, that's not the point. What matters is finding a passion that gives you purpose and pride. And that never goes out of style.
And I enjoy coming out. The Packers are my one vice. I don't gamble, don't do drugs, but Packers, I'm going.
In the San Francisco, Santa Clara area, Brady Mallory, News 3 Now.
And Brady will be bringing you more coverage of today's game from California on News 3 Now at 6 and 10 tonight. Kickoff is at 7:15 tonight. You can see it on our news partner, Fox 47. Still ahead, we take a look at take a look at what's happening in the 608 this weekend. Plus, there are several new shows and movies to check out. Arwood Loper shares his picks and 3 things to watch when we return.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Beauty drops our jaws, dilates our eyes, and beauty is something we can create right now at Floor & Decor.
Get ready, Madison. Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week is here. Over 40 restaurants will showcase 3-course meals from $30 with 15 restaurants serving lunch. Plus, enjoy the perfect pairings with wine and more from E&J Gallo. Check our online guide on MadisonMagazine.com to see which places offer takeout and dine-in. Save the dates, January 22nd through the 26th. Madison Magazine's Winter Restaurant Week, where good times and great meals come together. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, and supporting sponsor, Roth Cheese.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models. Or get $500 cash allowance, plus current Chevy owners get an additional $1,000 cash allowance.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
You can feel it when your dream becomes a pursuit. And with vitiligo, the pursuit for your pigment is no exception. It's time you had a proven choice to help restore what's yours. Opzelura is the first and only FDA-approved prescription treatment for non-segmental vitiligo. Proven to help repigment skin over time. Restoring what's yours. It's possible with a steroid-free cream that you can apply yourself.
Opzelura can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB or hepatitis B or C. Serious lung infections, skin cancer, blood clots, and low blood cell counts occurred with Opzelura. In people taking JAK inhibitors, serious infections, increased risk of death, lymphoma, other cancers, and major cardiovascular events have occurred. The most common side effects were acne and itching where applied.
Repigmentation is possible. Ask your dermatologist today about starting or refilling Opzelura. Pursue it.
Let's take a moment and check out some weather photos. This first one was sent in by Donna from Black Earth, showing a beautiful sunset, and I love the snow on the ground with the forest. This picture is just very beautiful. Thank you, Donna, for submitting this photo. And the sunsets were on full display last week because the second one sent in by Jolene from Prairie du Sac also shows a beautiful sunset. So thank you, everyone, for submitting your photos. You guys have been awesome with your photo submission, and you can continue submitting them through our website. Go to channel3000.com, click on the weather tab, scroll down past the 10-day forecast until you see Post Your Own. It's as simple as that. Now let's take a second and look at the precipitation chances over the next 7 days. I mentioned how we do have the chance for some rain, snow, and freezing rain Monday through Tuesday. But that's not the only chance of precipitation next week. We have smaller chances Wednesday night through Thursday, and then again Thursday night through Friday. Now the good news is that temperatures will be warmer, so a lot of that snow on the roads will likely melt up, but it could be replaced by some freezing rain. So still stay safe out there.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Time now to take a look at what's happening in the 608 this weekend, whether you're looking for inside activities or are hoping to finally take advantage of a good old-fashioned Wisconsin winter. There is plenty in store for you this weekend. Let's start inside, though, as it's definitely been one of those bone-chilling cold January weeks. This month brings back a traditional winter staple to the Madison area. The Madison Late Winter Farmers Market returns to Garver Feed Mill. The market will take place every Saturday through April 6th between 8 a.m. and noon, and there will be winter vegetables as well as an array of fruits, cheeses, meat, honey, and bakery items. And it is that time of year again, Winter Restaurant Week by Madison Magazine. It's always just a nice favorite of ours. This is a chance to try some of the best local food offerings, and this year there are a lot of exciting new additions to the list. It starts at $30, and participating restaurants offer a Prix Fixie menu with 3 courses. Some restaurants also offer a lunch menu for $20. Winter Restaurant Week runs tomorrow through next Saturday, the 26th. And if staying home is more your speed, well, no problem. There's no shortage of films and shows streaming right now. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Pay attention. If you want to solve a crime, you must first learn to see through the illusion. Details matter.
Newly streaming on Hulu is the series Death and Other Details.
In 24 hours, Interpol lands on this ship, and you will be their only suspect.
I didn't kill him.
I want to help you, Miss Scott. Anyone on this ship could have killed the victim, but why? I will be questioning you individually.
Mandy Patinkin plays the world's greatest detective in the Locked Room murder mystery show.
Where were you between midnight and 8 a.m.?
My grandmother won't be happy.
I did not say that. You're not gonna make an enemy of us.
No alibi then.
Excuse me. The first 2 episodes of Death and Other Details are streaming on Hulu now.
It's a puzzle. We have what we need to solve it.
What do you think love is?
Love is a dagger, a pretty thing that enchants, but also hurts.
Newly streaming on Netflix is a second season of Love on the Spectrum.
Why do you want to find love?
I have so much love to give.
The show follows several autistic people navigating relationships.
What a grip you got.
So magnanimous, marvelous.
Are you a little nervous?
The first episode of Love on the Spectrum is streaming on Netflix now.
He says, yes, I'm going on a date.
You might want to buckle up.
And newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video is the 2023 film Fast X.
Dominic Toretto, you're about to learn all about fear. Boom.
Okay, so it's not the best movie ever made, but if you can turn your brain off and enjoy cars driving after a giant rolling bomb, you'll be entertained enough. Fast X is streaming on Amazon Prime Video now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
And coming up next, a look at our top morning headlines. Stick with us. This is Weekend Mornings.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well,
Actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy!
Hut! Oh, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it!
30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
There's no telling what the next Wisconsin Lottery scratch game will bring. It's Miss Pac-Man, the new $3 instant scratch game based on the classic arcade game. Scratch each start position in the grid and follow the directions of the symbols. If your path runs into a bonus symbol or ends at a prize spot, you could win up to $30,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
Dabble is a refreshed television destination.
You got to keep it fresh.
Where the fun always flows and everyone is welcome.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Because beauty excites. It energizes. It drops our jaws. Dilates our eyes. Makes us look twice. A beautiful home, a beautiful life, is something we create. And we can start right now at Floor & Decor.
When my patients experience very dry skin, I recommend La Roche-Posay Lipicard Body Cream. One application a day keeps very dry skin away. La Roche-Posay Lipicard Body Cream provides 48-hour hydration and helps repair the skin barrier. Suitable for ages 2 weeks to 100 years old. La Roche-Posay, recommended by 90,000 dermatologists worldwide.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like #1 Chef Dad cooking up a free hot breakfast for the entire family at a comfort hotel.
Mom made this.
I added the garnish. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Now at 8:30, Madison's slick roads. Hear why some are saying city leaders are not doing enough to clear them.
And we have 2 more days of bitterly cold temperatures, but then some snow and freezing rain are in the forecast. I'll have the full details coming up.
Plus, an endorsement from Scott and intensified criticism from Haley, how former President Trump is trying to secure his lead in the 2024 Republican race. It's all coming up here on Weekend Mornings. Good morning and thanks for joining us on this new half hour. I'm Kyle Pazorski. Let's begin by taking a look outside with Jacob Montesano with your first warm weather. Jacob, it's still cold, but not as bad as it was.
Yeah, it's not going to be as bad as it was Monday or Tuesday. Those were the coldest days of the week, but we're still going to see some bitterly cold temperatures today and tomorrow. We're going to have wind chill values during the morning well below 0. Actual temperatures will likely drop below 0 with daytime wind chills right around it. So it's going to remain pretty cold today. Here's a look at the current temperatures. Below 0 for the western portion of our area, right around it for Madison and places to the east. Those of you near La Crosse seeing temperatures definitely below 0. And if we look at the wind chills, a lot of places seeing those wind chills in the -20s. And a few locations, the only reason it's as the exact same as the actual temperatures is because right now those specific areas are registering as calm winds, but just a little bit of a breeze in La Crosse can make the feels like temperatures drop into the -20s. Now, as you look at the forecast for today, we'll have plenty of sunshine. Highs will be around 10. Not going to be too windy, a little bit breezier as we get into tomorrow. So the wind chills tomorrow will be a bit lower, but the actual temperatures will be a bit higher as we'll see current temperatures peak in the middle teens. Now I'll talk more in detail about what the wind chills tomorrow will be like and talk about that chance of snow and freezing rain to start the work week. More details on that will come up in just a little bit.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much. Now to some breaking news that we're following this morning of a fire at a multi-unit housing complex on Madison's east side. The building is near the corner of McCormick and Commercial Avenues. Madison fire officials tell us that 8 units are displaced. 2 people have been taken to a hospital. Their conditions are unknown. The Red Cross has been contacted to assist those displaced. Please stick with News 3 Now and Channel3000.com as we learn more from first responders. Madisonians are complaining about the conditions of the city's streets, some blaming local leaders. Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway is responding to some of that criticism, saying last week's storms presented, quote, unprecedented challenges. Road crews dealt with temperatures below the threshold for effective salt application, followed by snowfall, then frigid conditions which make the cleanup even more difficult.
As we now move into this next week with the temperatures changing and more precipitation expected, and they're going to continue to be out there every single day, keeping our community safe.
One of the continued criticisms of the city's response is the lack of the use of salt in the city. At the state capitol now, where Assembly Republicans introduced a bill Friday which would call for a binding statewide referendum on whether abortion should be banned after 14 weeks of pregnancy. A public hearing on Assembly Bill 975 is set for Monday. It's believed Governor Tony Evers would veto the measure if it clears the Senate and Assembly. However, it could still rile up support amongst Republicans nationwide after Democrats turned the overturning of Roe v. Wade into big election wins across the country. Turning now to the Republican presidential campaign, former President Donald Trump has picked up another endorsement as he campaigns to again be the Republican presidential nominee. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette has the latest on the race.
We need Donald Trump.
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott endorsed former President Donald Trump at a rally in New Hampshire after dropping his bid for the Republican nomination late last year.
We need a president who understands the American people are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
The endorsement is a slight to Nikki Haley, the former governor of his home state. She also hit the campaign trail in New Hampshire, making a handful of stops before Tuesday's primaries. During one of them, she was asked about Trump's continued attacks against her, including mocking her name.
I'll let people decide what he means by his attacks. What we know is, look, he's clearly insecure.
Trump continued targeting Haley Friday night, his closest competitor in the state, according to polls.
You have people that put America last, and Nikki is somebody that puts America last.
Political analysts say how Haley fares on Tuesday could alter the race.
I think that if we see Donald Trump come in below 50%, then that's going to indicate that there's a lot of Republicans who are looking for someone else.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis also made a couple stops in New Hampshire, addressing Trump's win in Iowa.
You have some folks on our side who don't want to do the Trump thing again, and they checked out of the caucus.
He moves on to events in South Carolina Saturday, while Trump and Haley remain in New Hampshire. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Trump has now been endorsed by more than half of sitting Republican senators. Now some more local news. Another hurdle was cleared this week for the Dane County Jail Reconsolidation Project. The County Board of Supervisors approved an additional $22 million towards the project. It comes after the loan construction bid came in millions of dollars over budget. Members of the community discussed the project for more than 3 hours Thursday during public comment. Ultimately, the measure passed by a 31-5 vote. UW Health's drive-through clinic in Madison is expanding its offerings. The clinic gives patients a fast option for routine checks, vaccines, and tests. Open 7 days a week from 7:30 to 4:45. It's available for patients at least 5 years old and under 70 years old. The clinic hopes the popularity of the original idea will lead to patients embracing the new options available.
Just given the positive feedback that we've gotten, the convenience, that we definitely want to explore what else we can do as a drive-through clinic. And it's not something that you typically see at other healthcare organizations too. So this is definitely creative, out-of-the-box thinking for delivering care.
The clinic isn't just limited to COVID. It also offers vaccines for HPV, hepatitis, and MMR. Although drive-up service without an appointment is available, they recommend making an appointment for the fastest service. Time now is 8:37. Still ahead this morning, an inspiring story about how kids are growing their appreciation of music. Stick with us.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
You can feel it when your dream becomes a pursuit. And with vitiligo, the pursuit for your pigment is no exception. It's time you had a proven choice to help restore what's yours. Opzelura is the first and only FDA-approved prescription treatment for non-segmental vitiligo, proven to help repigment skin over time, restoring what's yours. It's possible with a steroid-free cream that you can apply yourself.
Opzelura can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB or hepatitis B or C. Serious lung infections, skin cancer, blood clots, and low blood cell counts occurred with Opzelura. In people taking JAK inhibitors, serious infections, increased risk of death, lymphoma, other cancers, and major cardiovascular events have occurred. The most common side effects were acne and itching where applied.
Repigmentation is possible. Ask your dermatologist today about starting or refilling Opzelura. Pursue it.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Beauty drops our jaws, dilates our eyes, and beauty is something we can create right now at Floor & Decor.
Monday at 6, social media is no easy playground for kids. Jalen Banks explores the impact that social media can have on youngsters' mental health. Plus, an expert offers valuable advice for parents and kids. Monday on News 3 Now at 6.
Help St. Vincent de Paul and News 3 Now give neighbors in need a warm night's sleep. The last weekend in January, donate new or gently used blankets at St. Vinny's and local drop-off sites. Or give to the online blanket fund. Join us and recycle the warmth.
Here's a reminder that even though temperatures aren't going to be quite as cold as they were earlier in the week, we are still experiencing wind chill values that could create frostbite very quickly. Now, we're likely not going to hit that negative 35-degree wind chill today or tomorrow, but we will easily hit the negative 15-degree, and that's occurring right now. Some areas are at negative 25, so we're still talking about frostbite in as little as 20 to 30 minutes in these conditions. Now, during the afternoon, it'll be a lot better, and after tomorrow, it'll be a lot better as well. Now, we've been talking about the road conditions. Here's a look at our current snow cover, still over a foot, as none of that snow has melted since it's fallen last week. And the good news is that we are going to see warmer temperatures towards the end of the month, the beginning of February, but we do have that chance of some snow and freezing rain towards the beginning of next week. Now, I am a huge fan of snow, Kyle, but I'll be honest, I've never not been a fan of snow until this week. These roads have been very brutal, especially because, you know, it's really backed up the traffic during the rush hour times. It's something that I just am excited for it to be kind of go away, and it will go away next week.
Yeah, for you at least. You come from downtown Madison, is that correct? Right? Yeah,
and I mean, this morning obviously was fine. I came in at 2 in the morning, but
yeah, no traffic during that time.
during the week, you know, trying to get over here can be quite a headache for sure.
Yeah, I'm only about 10 minutes away, and it wasn't as bad for me, but it's still something that people should be aware of for sure.
Yeah, we are going to see that freezing rain next week, which will create some travel conditions, pretty hazardous on Tuesday, but that should clear up by Wednesday.
All right, well, thank you so much, Jacob, for the update. Now there's more news. A once forgotten and abandoned piano in the hallway of a Texas elementary school is now a treasure for all. Students are now using the refurbished instrument to learn the art of music appreciation. CBS News Texas reporter Nicole Nielsen has the inspiring story from Grapevine.
Each morning, way before the sun comes up, music fills the halls at Bransford Elementary School.
I just love that we were able to take something that was just kind of sitting around collecting dust and using it for a purpose.
What was a rusty old donated piano sitting untouched for years.
It was just kind of sitting here, and we thought we either need to use it or get rid of it, and so we decided to use it.
Now refreshed to their morning arrival.
I feel very good because I'm making other people happy.
Students rush inside and huddle around its ivory keys. The idea to refurbish and use the piano came from one of the school's teachers. As an arts integration school, music is a building block of their curriculum. They even have a class dedicated to piano, which means their day-to-day is infused with music and creativity.
Very exciting to see our students have that confidence and the excitement to be able to perform for their peers.
The students play the old piano on a rotating basis, giving everyone a chance to listen and appreciate. Not only the sounds of the instrument, but the beauty of turning old to new.
Music is calm and beautiful.
In Grapevine, Nicole Nielsen, CBS News, Texas.
All right, well, still ahead, Zach will check in with Saturday's news and sports. And let's take another live look over the state capitol. Sunrise coming up this morning. Jacob has another check of the forecast just ahead on weekend mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Everyone wants to hire people who are ready to work and passionate about what they do. People that are ready for an opportunity, a job, a career. They just need you to believe in them. Thinkability Wisconsin, providing workforce support for people with disabilities and their employers. They're ready to work and shape the future. All you have to do is start with yes. Join the movement at thinkabilitywi.org.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Thanks to Skyrizi, I'm on my way with clearer skin. 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
We believe every baby deserves a healthy start. Yet many parents in our community are struggling to afford the basic necessities. You can help change that.
Please donate to the News 3 Now Community Baby Shower. Drop off infant care items at Babies and Beyond, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visit channel3000.com for complete details. News 3 Now Community Baby Shower, sponsored by Viridian Homes and Dave Jones.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.99% APR financing for 60 months on a tough 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. We have alert day conditions continuing this weekend for the bitterly cold temperatures. Wind chills, once again, they're going to be well below zero during the morning. They are right now for a lot of locations. That's going to be the case for tomorrow as well. Afternoon high temperatures will only be around 10. Could get into the teens tomorrow, but it's still going to be very cold. So here's a look at the wind chill forecast. They're going to rise to around 0 degrees today. So overall, it will be a little bit better than parts of our area were this week. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to see one last morning of bitterly cold weather as there's a wind chill advisory from midnight until 9 a.m. Sunday morning. But by Sunday afternoon, it will be like this afternoon. And then Monday morning, the wind chills are going to be above 0 during the morning hours. And during the afternoon, they're going to be in the 20s with actual temperatures in the 30s. So it will be a lot better by then. But that will make way for another alert day. Now, this one is for snow and freezing rain. The amount of snowfall we see from this system won't be as bad as the snowfalls last week, but the addition of freezing rain will likely produce very slippery road conditions at times. So we advise everyone to definitely continue to play it safe, even if some of that snow on the roads begins to melt off by the time we get to Monday. Now, here's a look at the forecast. Not going to see any precipitation over the weekend, but that snow will move in late Sunday night into Monday morning. Could see some light snow and freezing rain throughout the day, but the bulk of the precipitation will come Monday night and Tuesday, and it will likely start out as freezing rain for some before it transitions to all snow overnight Monday into early Tuesday. But as the temperatures warm up Tuesday, some of that snow may transition back to freezing rain and end as freezing rain Tuesday afternoon and evening. Total accumulation will only be about 1 to 4 inches, but once again, that addition of the freezing rain will create some very slippery spots, especially on Tuesday. Hopefully, a lot of that freezing rain kind of melts off the roads by the time we get to Wednesday, because temperatures are going to remain above average, excuse me. I meant to say above freezing, but they are going to be above average as well. Now, as we look at the temperature forecast for today, we'll have highs around 10 with plenty of sunshine. Not going to see a lot of wind today, but the lows tonight will drop back below 0. Tomorrow, although the temperatures will warm up, the winds will also increase a little bit with highs in the teens, and that will create more very cold wind chills. But then on Monday, we're going to see those temperatures back in the 30s. It looks like it will stay in the 30s for much of next week with a few chances of rain and snow even after the alert day. Looks like we'll see some rain and snow early Thursday. And then it does look like next weekend may finally be a calm weekend, both in the precipitation department and the temperature department. We'll have highs back near normal, above normal actually, in the 30s, with not a lot of precipitation expected at this time. But as I mentioned, we still are going to see some precipitation even after the alert day Tuesday. So even though temperatures are going to warm up, we have a few chances of rain, snow, and as I mentioned, freezing rain as well.
Wisconsin owns Indiana at the Kohl Center. The Badgers have beaten the Hoosiers 19 straight times there. That's IU's longest road losing streak against any opponent in their program's history. Think about that for a second. Well, Greg Garden Company looking to make it 20 straight at the Kohl Center against Indiana. And John Blackwell gave the Badgers a boost off the bench. The freshman takes it to the cup for 2. Wisconsin led by 13 at the break. And the second half became just another episode of the Max Klesmit Show. The former Nina Rocket dials one up from deep for one of his 5 triples on the night, part of 20 straight points from him. And Mad Max can put it in drive, too. The shake sets him free, and then he banks it home for 2 of his team-high 26. Who's your daddy? Wisconsin is. 91-79 to make it 20 straight home wins over Indiana. Big A boys basketball game. Verona hosting Madison East. Wildcats won the first meeting and got off to a fast start. Drew Murphy with the bounce and Trey Poteet with the kiss off the glass. Poteet scored 11 of the first 13 points for Verona. Now the home team had a 7-point lead, but it wouldn't last. Cam Henderson with the step back triple jack. That cuts it to 1. He finished with 27. Then later, the Pergolders turned to their freshman, Reese Jordan Jr., and he dials one up from deep. Madison East takes down Verona 79-74. The Wisconsin women's hockey team begins their road warrior stretch with 3 of the next 4 series away from Levon. starting with Minnesota State, a team the Badgers have beaten 14 straight times. UW looking to continue their hot streak since returning from break. Not the best of starts for the Badgers, down 2-0 in the second. That is until Cassie Hall lights the lamp to put Wisconsin on the board. Third period now tied at 2, and the Badgers on the attack again. And Kirsten Sims going to clean up the mess in front of the net for the game-winning goal. Wisconsin survives a scare with a 3-2 win. The Packers offense put on a clinic on Sunday in AT&T Stadium, scoring on 6 of the first 7 drives en route to a blowout win over the Cowboys. But it wasn't all the offense. Green Bay's defense held up their end of the bargain too, forcing 2 turnovers, returning 1 for a touchdown. And it's that complimentary football Jordan Love knows they need to play tonight in order to keep their season alive.
I think they've been playing really good as of late, helping us out a lot. But I think it's both ways. You know, we got to play complementary ball offense. We got to take advantage of opportunities, put up points, and try and stay on the field, keep them off the field as much as possible because they do some really good things when we're able to put some longer drives together.
And on the Leaks, Steve Stricker doing what he does best, rolling in birdies. The Edgerton native dropped in 8 chirpers during his second round in Hawaii. He enters the final 18, 2 shots off the lead. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
Crack the science of stronger hair. Fructis. With keratin, protein, or biotin in reloaded systems. Up to 72 hours frizz control, 48 hours definition, or 72 hours thicker looking hair. Fructis by Garnier, naturally.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get any phone for free. Seriously, wow.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
I know it's not my business, but I just had to tell you.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
Yeah, maybe we should all keep this to ourselves. No selfies.
Excuse me, it's work. Talk to me.
What a boss.
Get any phone free when you switch to US Cellular. US Cellular, built for us.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ordinary is the opposite of beautiful. Beauty drops our jaws, dilates our eyes, and beauty is something we can create right now at Floor & Decor.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like #1 Chef Dad cooking up a free hot breakfast for the entire family at a comfort hotel.
Mom made this.
I added the garnish. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
You can feel it when your dream becomes a pursuit. And with vitiligo, the pursuit for your pigment is no exception. It's time you had a proven choice to help restore what's yours. Opzelura is the first and only FDA-approved prescription treatment for non-segmental vitiligo. Proven to help repigment skin over time. Restoring what's yours. It's possible with a steroid-free cream that you can apply yourself.
Opzelura can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB or hepatitis B or C. Serious lung infections, skin cancer, blood clots, and low blood cell counts occurred with Opzelura. In people taking JAK inhibitors, serious infections, increased risk of death, lymphoma, other cancers, and major cardiovascular events have occurred. The most common side effects were acne and itching where applied.
Repigmentation is possible. Ask your dermatologist today about starting or refilling Opzelura. Pursue it.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9.
Finally this morning, today is a great day for Wisconsinites as it's National Cheese Lovers Day. No one really knows how making cheese all started, but the earliest record of gooey goodness dates back to 5500 BCE. Cheese has a special place in Wisconsinites' hearts and diets, as well as Americans, and if you don't believe us, just look at the National Day calendar. There's National String Cheese Day in September, National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day in April, and National Cheesecake Day in July. Anyway, here now is Jacob Montesano with one final check of your first warn weather.
Thanks, Kyle. We're going to see cold temperatures continue over the weekend, but by the time we get to Monday, we are going to see temperatures back in the 30s, but we also have the chance of some snow and freezing rain, especially late Monday into Tuesday, and we also have a few other chances of rain and snow Wednesday night and again Thursday night.